You know how we have number properties like associative, commutative, distributive property for regular numbers? Louis shaking his head. No. We also have properties for logs, and I will tell you guys now, you are going to be using these for the rest of the unit. I did Algebra 2 all the way back in 10th grade, and I still remembered coming back. I didn't touch Algebra 2 again until this year, and I still remembered the properties of logs. We're going to use them all the time. You're going to remember them, I promise. They're not that hard to remember. So we have three different log properties that we need, 4 different log properties that we need to know. The first one is the product rule. Okay? So if we are ever given a log base b of 2 numbers being multiplied together, so in the general terms it's m and n, then that means we can also rewrite it as log base b of m plus log base b of n. So we keep that base, but we can separate the logs by addition. Okay, so for an example here, log base 6 of 3x is the same as log base 6 of 3 plus log base 6 of x. So we can split up the number part right here into 2 additions, or 2 logs being added together. Okay, so that's the product rule. Product and addition go together. Okay. There's also the quotient rule. Now, quotient is the opposite of product. So what's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. So if we're ever dividing a number right here, we can split it up into 2 logs of the same base and then subtract them. Okay, now the number on top is going to be the first number in the subtraction. The denominator of the quotient is going to be the second number. Okay, so order does matter here. So make sure that the numerator is the first and the denominator is the second. Okay, so for example, if we have log, and if I have log with no base, what's the base there? 10. So if I have log of 17 over 13 or over 3, I can actually rewrite that as log of 17 minus log of 3. So we're just rewriting it in a different way. Still okay with that? Okay, power rule. When we are raising a power, so for example, log base b of m to the n, we take that exponent and bring it out in front. So we can rewrite it as n log base b of m. So that exponent just comes up to the front. Okay, so if I have log base 3 of y to the 4th, I take that 4 and I bring it out to the front. So that's 4 log base 3 of y. If the same thing goes right here. If I have log of 4 and they want me to rewrite it, that's the same as log of 2 squared, correct? So I can take that 2 and bring it out to the front to give me 2 log of 2. So all I'm doing is rewriting it. Okay. The goal here is to try and make the number as simplified as possible. So we're trying to make the number as simple as possible here. Okay. So those are our 3 rules. Okay, and then all they want us to do in examples 1 through 4 is to expand these logs using the different rules that we have. And I don't think I can get all the rules and all of the examples up here, so I'm just going to have right here. Okay, so let's do this together. Okay, number 1. If I have log of 2x to the 5th power. Now what's being raised to the 5th power here? The 2x, or just the x? Just the x. So what we have to do here first is rewrite this as log 2 times x to the 5th, correct? Okay, now what was the product rule? I add them, right? So this is going to be log of 2 plus log of x to the 5th. Now, is this simplified all the way? Look at this log to the of x to the 5th. I can use the power rule here. So I can take that 5 and move it out in front. So what would this give me? Log of 2 plus 5 log x. And that would be your answer. So what we're trying to do here is simplify the number part right here as much as possible. So we're trying to break it down as much as we can. Where? There is no base here. This is just a log.
Oh, okay.
So it's log base 10, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have to write it.
Alright.
Good question. So what about number 2? We have natural log. If I have natural log, that's the same as log base what? Do you guys remember? E. Good. Okay. Natural log, and this is a quotient. So what do I need to do first? Subtract them. So this is going to be natural log of 7x squared minus natural log of y to the 3rd. Oops. Okay. You don't have to change the e's. We're just going to leave them as natural logs. Oh, well, let's think about it. What about this one right here? Can I split this up anymore?
Yeah.
I can split that. This is what rule?
Power.
It's not power yet, because let's look at it. That squared, is it attached to the whole thing or just the x?
Oh, it's product.
It's product first. So this is going to be natural log of 7 plus natural log of x squared minus natural log of y to the 3rd. And then we have product rule. We have or not product, power. We have a 2 and that 3. So what would my answer be?
2 plus 3.
Natural log of 7. There's going to be 3 natural logs in there. Natural log of 7 plus
2 natural log.
2 natural log of x minus 3 natural log y. My L's look kind of like 1s. How do you guys feel about It's not too bad, right? We're just trying to break it down as much as possible. So you just have to make sure that you always ask yourselves, am I breaking it down as much as possible? Okay, we always also want to try and we want to go in this order. So you need to look for product rule and quotient rule first, and then power rule. Power rule should always be the last one that you apply. Okay? Because just like we saw right here, that exponent is only attached to the x, not the 7x. So we have to split up the 7x first. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I want to see if you guys can do 3 and 4 on your own. Number 3, before I let you guys go, this is log base 3. How would I rewrite 9 or square root of 9x? 9x to the 1/2, and it's the whole thing, right? All of 9x. So this is 9x in parentheses, all of that to the 1/2. So then will you guys simplify that one right now? Okay, guys. So that 1/2, is it attached to just the 9, just the x, or the whole thing? It's the whole thing. So before we can do anything, we have to bring that 1/2 out to the front, right? So that's going to give me 1/2 log base 3 of 9x. Okay. Now, can I split up that any further?
Yes.
I can. This is going to be the same as, now we need to make sure that we are aware of this, 1/2 is attached to this entire thing. So when I split up the 9x, I need to take the 1/2 with both of them. So that's going to give me 1/2 log base 3 of 9 plus 1/2 log base 3 of x. So you need to make sure that you take the 1/2 with it when you split it up. Both of those logs need to be multiplied by 1/2 because we're taking the square root of 9 and the square root of x. So that 1/2 is actually attached to both of them. Okay? You guys okay with that? Okay. Number 4 should be simple. There's only one rule here. What is it? Power rule. Take that 3 and bring it out front. So that's going to give me 3 log base 2 of x. The last 4 examples ask you to condense. So everything is expanded just like we were doing in the first 4 examples. Now we're doing it the opposite way. So we're trying to get it all put back together. Okay? So for number 5, they give us log base 5 or log base 3 of 5 minus log base 3 of 20. So if I'm subtracting 2 logs, what rule is that? Quotient rule. So we can put these back together as log base 3 of 5 over 20. Does that simplify?
Yes.
5 over 20 simplifies to 1 over 4. So that's the same as log base 3 of 1 over 4. So we just put it all back together. Okay. So number 6, natural log of 6 plus natural log of 4 plus 2 natural log of x. What do I want to do first here? I first need to take care of which rule?
Oh no, the power.
The power rule. If we're going backwards, that means we have to take care of all power rules first. So we have to take this 2 and put it back in here. So this is going to be natural log of 6 plus natural log of 4 plus natural log of x to the 2nd power. Okay, so all of these things are being added together. So what do I need to do when I'm putting it all back together? Multiply. That's the product rule. So that's going to be natural log of 6 times 4 times x squared, which is natural log of 24 x squared. You guys still okay? Yes? Okay. Number 7, log base 5 of 4 plus 1/3 log base 5 of x. What rule do I need to take care of first? Power rule. So I need to move that 1/3 and bring it back inside. So that's going to be log base 5 of 4 plus log base 5 of x to the 1/3. So if I'm adding these 2 logs, what rule is it? Product rule, good. So this is going to be log base 5 of 4 times x to the 1/3, which is log base 5 of 4x to the 1/3. What's the first rule I have to take care of? Power rule. I see 3 power rules. So this is going to be 5 going back in there, 7 going back in there, and 4 going back in there. So only taking care of the power rule first, what do I have? Log base 4 of 2 to the 5th power plus log base 4 x to the 7th plus log base 4 of y to the 4th. Okay, so I'm adding all of these logs together. So what rule is that now? Product rule. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply all of these. Log base 4 of 2 to the 5th times x to the 7th times y to the 4th. And 2 to the 5th is 32. So this is log base 4 of 32
No, that's
x to the, oh, whoa, thank you. 32 x to the 7th, y to the 4th.